trying to see.
You might end up bringing more people down here when instead the plan should be to help people get out of the subway and live somewhere else. But before
Well, transition have to come to homeless shelters. That's the problem.
it's important to understand that many of the folks down here sadly have nowhere else to go. And as dangerous as the subway is, with assaults 50% higher
Unfortunately,
today than in
that is exactly what's
2019,
happening.
many of the homeless down here say the city's shelters
Yep.
are even worse. And when people feel safer down here than up there, you know you've got a big problem.
This is crazy.
Especially since armed individuals have been committing serious crimes in the subway on a regular basis for the last 6 months, scaring commuters and making even the most seasoned New Yorker think twice before boarding a train. Sitting next to someone, because at any moment one could find themselves in the presence of
That
someone
is the
behaving
weirdest thing about this,
erratically.
though.
And that brings us to the real reason why making these terminals into shelters won't reverse or change any.
Why would you turn the
subway
terminals into?
problems. The issues down here exist
When you
because
said it,
of
I didn't even hear that first. I thought you were.
I was just bugging like that.
Yeah, hold up. They want to turn the subways into shelters. What the hell is wrong with these people? Jesus, Lord have mercy. This is insane.
And nothing's being done about it. That goes for the streets as well as the subway itself. And critics say the whole reason folks live down here is because our laws
Wow,
force them
I
to,
can't
because
believe
they
this
make it
actually
impossible for the billions New York City has access to actually help those displaying obvious signs of mental illness, leaving them
Wow,
down here to
this
fend for
is
themselves.
insane.
But there's a problem. The
I'm
city's
trying to go for
options
this.
for building
I think
shelters
we go for
or
this.
outreach
Let's
centers
turn-
and subway
Oh,
terminals
well, actually,
are
let's do
severely
this.
limited.
And we
And
go
as
for
you're about
this.
to see, there's nowhere to put them except right in the path of
Alright,
everyone
we're here.
trying to ride the train.
Let's go here, here.
So right over here at the foot of these stairs, you've
Take
got
the
a
hit.
former pizza
Take
place,
that.
and the subway system is full of unused
This
commercial
is so
spaces
down.
like this. But the problem is they are directly in the path of everybody
fine.
who might be trying to go over here and get on the train.
Alright, so
Because
now
these
we
spaces
go-
are unused, and
Here's this
down
guy.
here in the subway they could be turned into shelters
For
or
why they
outreach centers.
unused?
One problem that's been persistent
I think I take
Because
this
you got
one.
a lot of homeless people who just sleep in front of the stores and restaurants that's actually
I need to do this.
convenient for commuters.
let people have a place to go to get warmed up, take care of them, and then be persuasive and say, no, we have a better option for you.
I'm going here.
Okay, so details on exactly which subway terminals
That's
are
fine.
going to get
Ooh,
these
nice.
outreach centers as they're being
Garrick, haven't seen him in a while.
to warm people up and shelter them and help them. This is probably the best bet. There's really no other place to put them that
Nice.
will have heating, plumbing, and its own electrical
I
and its
love
own
Garrick.
entryway.
Actually, I should put more Garricks in here.
These facilities
Is
will
there any
be
green
to
Garricks
give
we put in
people
here?
an
Because this is probably the
immediate
best deck for
care,
Garrick.
help them warm up,
But the
take a
best
shower,
card,
feed them,
honestly, by far, to put in here for Garrick is the Wild Speaker. The one that untaps 2 lands. Oh, God, that card is so good. I think we want to do this. Pay to 2 life. Pay to 2 life again. Then I want to do this. Plot this for now. Let's cast this. No, let's cast this. Ignore the Garrick. Put this here. Oh, we could have won. Oops. Wow. I thought he had something Flash related or something. Galta? Galta? Oh, Uvenwald Hydra. I like that. That's it? That's it? Oh, damn. Okay. A little bit disappointing.
But then, as you just heard her say, they will be forcefully, how shall we say, convinced to take up full-time
Let's go see if
residence
we have
in
any
another
Garricks
part
going
of the
on.
city, not the subway. She did not say that people would be forcefully removed or taken to a place against their will. However, critics are saying that setting up places of refuge inside the actual subway could just make the whole humanitarian crisis down here worse.
think I spelled that.
Because
Yeah, I
even
did
though
that
the
wrong.
purpose of these readily accessible
That's the only one I
facilities would
have?
be to put someone in the path of an outreach worker who can hopefully convince them to live somewhere else.
Up to one target creature, gets supposed to put it
The whole
to
reason we're even having this conversation is because the city's actual shelter system that's designed for these individuals has failed them. And so has New York's soft on crime legal system, which allows those engaging in low levels of deviant behavior the opportunity to keep doing it with no consequence ever in sight. And as you're about to see, that's part of the reason why we've got all these empty storefronts that people are now talking about
They don't have any
repurposing. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of these places are closed because it's impossible to run a business in a high crime environment, which is lawless. And a perfect example of this would be New York
I really would love to see
City's
this one.
billion-dollar
Well, not this one.
center. The pride and joy of New York's MTA, who
Well,
operates
this
the
could be
subway,
fun.
built this place to be a hub for
Yeah, this guy's
transit
a
and
$5.
commercial
I mean,
activity
I
at the
could
exact
do
same
that.
time. Yet the crime
I mean, I already
problems
have
there
it,
are so bad. The
put in
tenant of the mall pulled out about a year ago, and all of the stores are closed.
Yeah, I
In
think I
fact,
can put
here's
you
security
in.
camera footage from one of the businesses that did exist here at one point. You can see this little kiosk.
Alright,
that
let's do
serves
something
drinks,
different.
but there's someone
What I'm
crawling
going
around
to
the
do
cash register, and as soon as that drawer opens, what does this person do? They look for the right moment, and they reach over, grab a wad of bills, and then disappear into
Yeah,
the
let's start
subway.
with
And
that.
happened at a place that sells food. It's very hard to run a business down here unless it's so small. Nobody can take anything like this little newsstand right here. CJ News Inc. One of the only businesses still surviving down here. But here's the thing, even though stealing is illegal, anybody who rips off one of these places, whether it's for money or for something else, they likely will not face any real consequence. Yes, they could be arrested, but the theft of anything under $1,000 in value is not a jailable offense, and most people are released on their own recognizance. Some have to pay a small fine, and the problem with that is it allows somebody who's engaging in deviant behavior or who's possibly got mental health issues the opportunity to keep functioning in an unsafe state without there being any intervention. And what's sad is we've created a system where a person who's stealing can steal enough to survive every single day. They'll always have a place to sleep, and none of our laws do anything to actually help those people get out of this place. So they're trapped down here. And if you build shelters down here, some say that situation will just be exacerbated.
Homeless outreach workers are pleading with a man with bare feet. Others approach another man who refuses to move. This breaks my heart right here. Mayor Adams is determined to change.
I don't know. I want to play it. But in a deck like this, it's
So
going
here's
to
where we
play.
get to the part of the story.
Alright, so this is to draw cards. Well, she draws a card. She just draws cards regardless. This usually mana to cast the big guys.
But there's nothing humane about allowing
This is kind of
somebody
cute.
who's in dire need of medical help and treatment to exist in that state without some sort of intervention. And for years, the city
was
has been
just
blocked
fun.
from committing
Yeah, it
people
goes
for a
well
period
with
of time
this,
long
but
enough for them to
yeah.
actually receive
One card,
meaningful
no,
help.
two
In many
cards.
cases, those who do need
Let me see
long-term
something
help
else
just
after
get a
this.
short-term solution, which isn't a solution at all, and in many times makes their predicament worse. And if a person falls on
okay.
hard times and they experience
guess
mental
I
health
wasn't
problems
crazy.
and end up on the street, loopholes in our legal system may perpetuate their sad predicament instead of stopping it and redirecting it, which is what a legal system is supposed to do. And even though we've got laws that prohibit loitering and lounging around the subway and sleeping on the trains or living in them, there aren't enough police or
Dang
resources
it.
in the city for anything to actually be done about that, for these folks to actually get the help that they need.
Each night, nurses and social workers are teaming up with New York City police officers. Part
Yeah, I
of
need to
Mayor's
cut
latest
something, though.
initiative to offer shelter and services to the homeless, and to involuntarily commit those with severe mental illness who refuse treatment. More than 5,000 have been approached.
So now we get to the idea of involuntary commitment, which many say would be a solution to the ongoing homelessness epidemic down here. You've got to understand something. As scary as it sounds for a person to be taken somewhere against their will, if somebody's will is to stay in a place that could drastically shorten their lifespan, how is our society doing the humane thing by allowing them to sleep in the corner over here? If you had a friend, a brother, or a cousin, you wouldn't allow them to exist like that. Your family would stage an intervention, yet our laws don't let us do that for our fellow New Yorkers. But there is some light at the end of the tunnel here, so to speak. A recent budget passed by the city may do more to allow the involuntary commitment of those who require it. Although the governor's new budget will
No,
fund
Mayor Adams is still there.
programs that send medical personnel and first responders into the subway to try and help people. Critics say so large, it is now beyond our ability to solve.
I don't think it's beyond our ability to solve. They just don't want to put the work in.
So just down this hallway right here, you've got 5 different people who are sleeping. It's really sad. And this is one of the stations that's always on the news every single month, where this crisis is documented over and over again. Yet our city's laws, according to critics, just seem to make everything down here perpetually worse. And you've got to wonder, as you look around down here, if we can't help people get off the streets when they don't know they need that help, how on earth are building centers of refuge in the subway itself gonna change any of that? Well, as you're about to see, they probably aren't, and this was all very apparent during a recent photo op the governor took in the subway itself.
Last month, we saw 2 panhandlers on the same morning train within minutes of one another. And today, even as the governor took questions from reporters, we saw a man stretched out sleeping at the other end of the subway car. The MTA
This is interesting. This is just crazy.
So here you have the governor and the head of the MTA taking a trip on the subway to talk about recent improvements that have taken place down here. And while they're filming this, there are people sleeping, possibly living in the very train car of these news interviews. But you've got to understand, it's not the governor's sole fault that things are like this. We could pass laws. We've got a city council. We've got a state legislature. There are a whole bunch of parties that could fix this and just haven't really been able to get their act together. But one thing's very obvious, the situation down here is becoming so glaring, it's impossible to hide from. It's everywhere. It is inescapable. And there are those who say that at a certain point, adding resources that are supposed to help those in this crisis without adjusting our legal system, our laws, and our rules may have the opposite effect and may just end up making everything worse.
That's 21.
And the
That's
city's
more than
already
enough.
got outreach teams that approach those who are living in the subway and talk to them about treatment options that are available, other places they can stay. And let's say you were to build some sort of refuge center in this old storefront right here. Well, all that's going to mean is the folks who are sleeping out here end up sleeping over there. Yes, it will be better for them, but there's no way of doing that.
Ramp,
Building
big
these facilities is going to change
extra
what we
ramp,
see down here in a
draw
meaningful
cars,
way.
protection, draw. Yeah, most is just draw. It's more like a lightning rod, really.
This on a public street, and he shouldn't be harassed by the city or by the police.
Either replaces itself or replaces something else.
Just this morning, we
So here we have the mayor in this very same terminal saying that New Yorkers do not want to see their fellow man down and out on the side of the street and have no available programs that can actually make a difference in that person's life. And he's right. Nobody riding the train wants to be surrounded by folks who are living down there and don't even know there are programs available to help them. That creates a dangerous situation
Let's see what
because
happens.
while
I
laws
know,
that
I want
decriminalize
to cut it
things
down,
like
but
assault are seen by advocates
I
as a win
can't
for
think of it as
justice
a cover,
reform,
man.
along with
It's pretty
making
tight.
stealing a non-jailable, bailable offense. Someone in great need of treatment and medical intervention
happens.
may be doing harm to others, and nothing can be done to stop it. Which sadly reveals that the problems we're looking at down here are bad for everyone and aren't getting better.
just this morning, we saw 3 people sprawled out across the seats, sleeping on board a crowded number 2
This
train.
looks okay.
And we showed them this video of a man in the Fulton Street station. This guy, he's got a Skittles box on his head. Look at him, uncapped.
Play this to play this to play that. Okay, I think I'll keep this.
Why we should not be saying he has a right to be out there. He doesn't know he needs help. We have to give him that.
Crime is down in the transit system so far this year.
A system that allows this to just happen
Alright,
is
I
wrong.
think I
Allowing
need
that
to
guy
go-
to be in that
yeah,
situation that was
close this
captured by news cameras is not right. But it's part of the reason why we've now got a full-time military presence down here with the National Guard scattered throughout the subway. The goal of the National Guard is to frighten people into behaving themselves because nobody's going to try anything when these guys are standing around. But here we are spending all of this money on extra police and deterrence when what we should do is spend money to actually help those who are down here and don't know they need it. Now look, am I upset the National Guard are down here? Absolutely not. Everybody who loves law and order is happy to see police and National Guard troops, but think of where we're headed. We're headed for this dystopian future where you have people living throughout the subway, all over the place, and you have troops and police all over the place. Everyone's just walking by each other, and the problems are just getting worse. That is a slippery slope, and we're already on it. But the governor's plan for outreach or homeless centers in the subway is shared by other politicians even though this plan won't work, without new laws or new rules being passed and implemented, what other solutions do we have? People can't just sleep in a hallway and we've got these empty commercial spaces. It almost makes sense once you realize New York isn't going to pass anything to actually help anybody.
Brian Stetton is the deputy mayor for Health and Human Services.
It's about understanding our responsibility to help people who are in desperate need but just can't recognize it themselves. And there's nothing respectful about leaving somebody to rot.
You know, the saddest thing about this is we live in a super progressive city where we're always told by people that we need to go after the root causes of an issue to truly solve it. But the root causes of the problems in the subway have to do with how our laws work, and nobody wants to go after those. Instead, we've created a situation where people just continually are allowed to either express deviant behavior or live in a manner that goes against the rules of the subway itself. While there are treatment facilities available, and the situation that our outreach workers face isn't going to change even if you put shelters down here. Look at this. Towards the end of last year, Dr. Phil toured the subway with the mayor, and here's a picture of him and the mayor as they are talking to someone who's decided to make the subway their temporary place of refuge. Apparently, officers engaged with this person, woke them up, wanted to see if they needed help, and they were verbally assaulted by somebody who didn't want to be talked to. And it's hard to see how stuff like this is going to change if the city's not willing to do anything about it. What do you think New York should do? Is this idea of building refuge centers in the subway a good one or a bad one? Let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Migrant smugglers ditch vehicle while being chased by police. What's this about? Oh, these guys are running. And now the police are chasing them. Oh, this is wild. So it all starts here. Keep your eyes on the black Cadillac right here. That car is being
Board
driven
wipe?
by a smuggler, and he's got
I wanna have the board wipe
six
here.
people in it who all are in the country illegally. Police are trying to cut them off. Oh, they ditched their vehicle. Okay, so now they're running. And apparently this is the driver that they're after right here. Now police are following on foot. What? A citizen assists the pursuing trooper in apprehending the smuggler. Thank God for people in this country that are sticking up for law enforcement. Wow. So they didn't just catch the smuggler. These are the 6 people that were in the car with the smuggler who all just crossed in. Look at this guy right here. He's got the camo shirt. This guy, some of these other gentlemen, you can see their clothes are heavily soiled, like they were just coming across the border, sneaking into the country. This is what happens. You have people, they make their way inside a vehicle right after coming across, and the goal is for them to be driven to a safe house somewhere where they can disappear into the rest of the country. This kind of thing is happening. However, this is what happens after a smuggler drops off people they've been paid to transport to another part of the country. Here you've got a helicopter watching this silver car right here. Look at this. The passenger door is going to open up, and who gets out? So 2 people just got out of that car, and now they are hiding in this area right here behind this truck. They're not in the truck. They're trying to conceal themselves.
That's crazy.
In that silver car.
That's nice.
There they are.
Jeez, we. Alright, I'm so torn between both of what's happening right now, but that was crazy. Holy crap. Let's just see that again. Oh, this thing put in work. Monsters Vortex. Obi-Wan. Well, that was niche. That was just, it won't happen all the time, but when it does happen, look at this. Oh, so good. I mean, yeah, I could just pop, ignore the command, Vraska, but oof. Just to have them die to their own Phyrexian arena was just so pretty. put this in case they went for a board wipe. At least I have something on the board, and my entire turn is not completely wasted. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's see. Oh, I haven't listened to O'Shea in a minute, guys. Definitely like this.
Welcome to your favorite news network,
Dusty News Network.
You know, where you grow in the universe, and I'm so excited to be your host today. Breaking news.
Dun, 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 dun.
I
I absolutely love the show.
Going to be working in almost every industry
Mhm.
around the world. You got beautiful female mechanics. You even have female barbers. Shout out to LaShawn. I used to get my hair cut at 3B's, and she was one of the best barbers in Del Paso Heights. But guys, we're gonna have to talk about some of these female cops. Now, these female cops are starting to look good, and they are thick, and they are young. As you can see, this lady right here, she is fun, right? I mean, she is at work. She basically is admiring herself and stop the show. I'm admiring her also, but here's the problem. She makes this post. You know, she needs some you-know-what, right? And this is interesting for a police officer to make this particular post when you're in uniform
Yep.
at work. And certain individuals
That's
have a
good.
problem with the lady that made this post. There were some interesting comments about this officer.
Nice, and a spelunking.
Other individuals
Ooh,
said,
nice.
police can't be horny at work. Wow.
Oh,
This other person said,
we're gonna have to try that one out.
She's working on the job or anything.
For this right now, we have to go with this first.
Carry that along. Okay, so far we've seen 3 different individuals agree with the post that she made or said it was okay to make. Devon Jordan, I think he's a booty clap star.
Let's see if I can get this down.
Alright? Then you have this.
I want to get this down.
I admire her honesty. TBF. This person says sisters will find a way to sexualize any and everything. I guarantee you that. Other individual goes, 304s come in all professions. Deuteronomy 23:17. Now this was the most interesting comment of the day. You jiggers obviously don't work anywhere reputable. It's a time and place for everything. As a police officer, you represent the department, fallen officers in your community. When you have your uniform on, she needs to be suspended and retrained on public relations. These people in these professions get slow once they log in on these apps. It's no way a smart MNFer would sit up and tweet that in their uniform. Other individual says, I support her and willing to assist any way.
Okay.
A bunch of the dudes in there
Now
right?
we need this down.
And they felt like because she's attractive and she ain't twerking, she ain't hurting nobody, she can make that particular post. But let me pose this position. Let's say I'm a male cop, right?
The pace,
And
please.
I'm on there flexing. Well, I ain't got no muscles no more, but flexing my muscles when I had some. And then I make a post. I really need some kitty cat. What will y'all say? Y'all will say, as a man, I'm being very unprofessional. I'm a sexaholic.
I need to kill
I
that
don't
thing. How
need
can
to
I
be
kill it?
around the public. I don't need to be around women. And most likely, somebody will come up with some R. Kelly-ish type excuse. I don't need to be around women or young girls, right? And you know what? You would be right. So if we're living in the world of equality, then what I position to you is, does the same thing apply to her? Because she needs some D. Would you want this to be the female cop and you have a 17-year-old son and he's around and he might be attractive and she needs some D and all of a sudden, boom, comes in? Or your husband? Like, this is unprofessional. And again, here you have a lady who most likely will not be penalized when she
Okay, now
does
we can do
this
this.
or for doing this. And it's one thing to actually need whatever you need, but you are a police officer, right? You have a certain duty to be professional. Where is the professionalism at? And again, I don't care if you're a male or a female, we all know that you're a human, you have personal needs, and you have whatever whatever kind of clapology you're into. But it should not come out on your social media page. And if you want to talk like that, be the OnlyFans model
We
that
need
you
her
really
out.
want to be deep inside, and be the best 304 that you can be, instead of doing other stuff that don't make any sense. Next story! Now, some of you dudes out there, you might have some money, right? And you going to a vacation
fine.
spot. Could be Miami because the weather is good out there. You in your hotel lobby, you see somebody looking good. Woo! And she
Now,
got
if we can
ass,
land this
right?
and this, I think we'd be good.
Everything that you want her to be. But there's just one problem.
Unless they have a cyclonic rift, no. Oh, good thing. Oh, God. If I had not killed that Tati over, they would have gone off.
CBS News Miami's Nakaya Guerrero joins us live from the
Holy Lord have mercy, they would have gone off.
And Nakaya, police say she robbed one of
Oh, they would have gone off. They would have gone all the way off.
Hey, Elliot and Lauren, according to the arrest affidavit, one victim invited 29-year-old Brittany Scott back to his place after meeting at the
All right.
Sassany bar.
I need to. Wait, let's go back. O'Shea, I wasn't really paying attention.
Agree with the post that she made, or said it was.
Oh yeah, I did see this part.
Ron Jordan, I think he's a booty clap star.
Oh.
Miss Officer, LOL.
Oh,
Right? Then you have this. SARS.
a booty clap star, really?
TBF. This person says sisters will find
I'll be right back.
ways to sexualize any and everything. I guarantee you that. Other individual goals, 304s come in all professions. Deuteronomy 23:17. Now this was the most interesting comment of the day. You jiggies obviously don't work anywhere reputable. It's a time and place for everything. As a police officer, you represent the department, fallen officers in your community. When you have your uniform on,
All right, I'm back.
she
All right.
needs to be
Wait, I
suspended
forgot something.
and trained
Jeez,
on
okay.
public relations.
I forgot something. I'm right back.
These people in these professions get slow once they log in on these apps. It's no way a smart MNFer would sit up and tweet that in their uniform. Other individual says, I support her and willing to assist any way. As you can see, a bunch of the dudes in there was thirsty, right? And they felt like because she's attractive and she ain't twerking, she ain't hurt nobody, she can make that particular post. But let me
Yes,
pose
now
this
I am
position.
back.
Let's say I'm a male cop.
Okay,
Right?
I'm listening.
And I'm on there flexing. Well, I ain't got no muscles no more. But
Okay,
flexing my muscles when I have some. And then I make a
stop
post.
lying.
I really need some kitty cat.
Okay.
What will y'all say? Y'all will say, as a man, I'm being very unprofessional.
Yep.
I'm a sexaholic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to be around the public.
No, you don't.
I don't need to be around women.
I didn't tell you that, but
Most
you said it.
likely, somebody will come up with some R. Kelly-ish type excuse.
You know
I
what?
don't need to be around women or young girls, right? And you know what? You would be right. So if we're living in the world of equality, then what I position to you is, does the same thing apply to her? Because she needs some D.
Oh.
Would you want this to be the female cop and you have a 17-year-old son?
Okay,
and
okay,
he's a
okay,
rat?
okay. No, because it's wrong. It's unprofessional. But in the eyes of that, that's a different story. Still wrong.
And he might be attractive and she needs some D, and all of a sudden, boom, comes in.
Oh, so we open the back. Let's see what we got.
Like, this is unprofessional. And again,
You know what?
here
Let's
have a
see.
lady
Um,
who most likely will not be penalized
should we
when
go buy
she
3
does
packs?
this or for doing this. And this
Let's buy
woman
3
needs to
packs.
actually need whatever
Store.
you need.
Here we
But if
come,
you
store.
are a police officer, right? You have a certain duty to be professional.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the professionalism at? And
I
again,
actually
don't care
wanna
if you're
buy
male
3
or
packs
female,
of-
We all know that you're a human. You have personal needs, and you have
What I actually do miss, though, is
whatever
the
kind of
old packs. They used to
clapology
have,
you're into. But it should
from-
not come out on your social media
when I was in the
page.
beta,
And if you want to talk like that, be the OnlyFans model that you really
they had
want to be deep
the I'm on
inside,
Cat.
and be the best
We're in here.
304 that you can be, instead of doing other stuff
The
that
original
don't
I'm
make
on
any
Cat.
sense.
The original I'm on Cat. This is not I'm on Cat. This is like.
Now, some of you dudes
this
out
is not-
there, you might have some money, right? And you
Alright, so let's go
Going
back here. Yeah, let's stay
vacation
here.
spot. Could be Miami because the weather is good out there. You in your hotel lobby,
Mm-hmm.
you see somebody looking good.
Alright.
Woo! And she got ass though, right? She's everything that you want her to be. But there's just one problem.
What's the problem? What's the problem, O'Shea?
At 5, a from
Oh.
New York is in jail tonight and
Wait,
facing
wait,
a
no,
South
I don't
Florida
mean to be
judge.
mean, but that, ooh, if y'all could see this the forehead is doing forehead things. It's, wow. I don't even know. Let me see if I could, ooh, let me see if I could show you guys. Window. Okay, let's see. Let's see this. See if I can add the source. Okay, let's see. Where's the source? Where's the window? Here we go. This is it. All right, there you go. Just the window. Yep, this one. This is it. This is what I'm looking at, folks. This right here. Oh, no. I need you guys to see the whole freaking screen for now. All right. All right, you guys see this? Do you guys see this? You see what I'm looking at right now, right? Let's turn this off, right? Do you guys see what I'm looking at? This is what I'm looking at right now. Look at that forehead. Okay, look at that. I may be mean for that, but woo. Okay. Back to all seriousness. Yeah, let's go away. No. I don't want to remove it. I want to, boom, there you go. That's what I want to do. All right, guys. Y'all saw what I had to look at, so I had to look at it. Now you do too.
Police say she will lure men at bars.
All right, let's see what we're doing over here.
CBS
What
News
did we
Miami's
get?
Nakaya
All right, go to the back.
Guerrero joins us live from the jail in Northwest
I've
Miami
already
to
seen
report
these
that
guys. Yes. Double the power and toughness of target creature you control until the end of turn. It fights up to. I might just. Okay, I'm gonna try this. It might not work, but I'm gonna try. So I'm thinking if you hit Eshki, is that her name? Eshikai. All right, you hit her with this. So you cast a creature, get her big, hit her, then big, and double her power. Yeah, that's a lot of work. But you still get to kill something because you double the power. You fight something. The next creature spell you cast, you know, it's going to do some damage. Depends. That's very niche. I want to try it. It's so niche. Flash is good for each type of creature. Whenever this enchantment enters, hold on. Once this enchantment enters, exile target artifact or creature an opponent controls until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. Okay. Oh.
Now that's not the
we're gonna
only
use this.
case open against Scott right now, who is from New York, according to another arrest affidavit, where there was a second victim back in November where she met him in another bar in South Beach, went back to his place and robbed him of his iPhone and his Rolex watch.
First of all, I'm just trying to be mean because I ain't the best looking dude myself, but I might look better than her. I'm just like, no, y'all say no cap. I might look better than her. This is not to try to be on the weird stuff.
Yo, okay, y'all need to stop. O'Shea needs to stop this, okay? Why? All right, you know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna let y'all decide. I love my brother O'Shea. This is what he said.
Are y'all even attracted to this lady in the first place? This lady is not a good looking lady, in my honest opinion, all right? Maybe she is when she getting the installs, but
Yo, why?
Drugging y'all and she on probation and she doing it again? This is what you young folks would say. Let me just tell you guys, right? You think that
All right,
cool,
this is not right.
money, and you know,
All right,
you showing the whole world.
I wanted to test it.
There's always somebody like a lady like that.
Not in the queues that I normally go
You
into.
don't know who she working for. She might got the pimping with her. She might be taking it back to somebody else.
Mm.
We don't know. But let's say if your ass overdose and you mess around and die, we're not gonna see you no more, okay? So you need to be careful. Your clapping is gonna get you in a lot of trouble. Or you might end up on the Dusty News Network yourself because you're so damn thirsty that you would do anything for some cheeks. And if you look at that chick, she's not that cute. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean. I usually say everybody is cute.
No.
But because she out here robbing folks, I don't think I can get
It takes a lot. It's a lot to jump through.
And all that stuff, and it gotta be for somebody found.
There
Not
is a
that.
creature.
I'm not trying to say that she ugly or anything like, but that lady right there, if she's fooling y'all are insanely thirsty. Next story. Trick Daddy is going viral for all the wrong reasons, and he kind of came out with a situation about why so many men cheat.
I got it all figured out, fellas. I figured it out. On behalf of all men that have ever cheated,
Nah,
I want to let you women know we cheated out of frustration, out of aggravation, out of neglect.
I'm listening to this dude. Let's talk. Let's listen.
We cheated because we were lonely, because we wasn't listened to. We was frustrated, mentally, sexually abused and neglected
What the?
by the women.
Oh,
And y'all women,
wait.
if
Okay.
you left your man just because you say he cheated, and you still ended up fucking again, or you still fuck, and y'all broke up, you only left him, broke up with him, so you could legitly and officially. You nasty.
This is better
Still doing us wrong.
because it takes a turn.
City girl down 1,000.
Then you know Trick Daddy had pissed off a whole lot.
So
Oh,
what we do
women,
here?
so-
I think we go.
So man, they was cooking the hell out of Trick Daddy. I'm talking about the ladies in the comments. This person
You
says
got it, you got it.
must be elevated today. The person says he looks like he
So
talks.
now what we want to do
This person
is
says his liver numbers may be elevated. His eyes are yellow, a bit
Oh.
more than usual.
this is gonna
Yes,
hurt a
I
little
know
bit, isn't
he
it? Well,
has
if we can get there.
Yeah, what
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 mana. We gotta need one turn. All right, so we do this.
This took me out.
I think I need to do this.
The TV dinner brownie. I
Ooh,
can't
look at
unsee
that.
it.
And then
Oh,
yeah.
damn. Men wait
Now
till
we
they
got
look
this
like
here.
This to settle down, not realizing that they're living out the karma from those early years. Man, let me just say this: being 44 and being accountable.
Photo
right?
app is
I
still
gotta
fine.
Hold myself accountable. Just because somebody else is doing something, it wouldn't give me the reason why I need to go ahead and cheat. You know what I'm saying? Because relationships are long term. Things happen. Okay, but you stood your ass up there and you said,
Surveil.
this is my wife, for rich or poor and all sorts of stuff. So this is what you said.
Yep.
This is your stuff, right? Now I can agree that women can do this, but if
Yeah.
you marry the person, because I mean somebody can make you mad like every week. Are you gonna cheat every
Oh,
week?
dang
you,
it.
You gotta be committed to what you're talking about. If not, just leave it later. But I agree, you know, some things he's saying like that is true. And this is what a lot of men gotta understand. When a woman starts doing that, that's when you enforce your boundaries. Like, okay, so but you wanna act funny, you know, like we're on the
Oops.
brink of being over, or we are over. If the behavior keeps going on like that, you going on and cheating and coming back and all that stuff, it's just too much stuff going on, man. Start checking that stuff at the door. As soon as you see her doing that, acting funny style, check it, like get it in the door right then. Then if it isn't, issue a punishment right away. Like I talked to you for like a month, talked to you for like 2 months, all of that. Okay? So guys, that is the entire the Dusty Award to somebody. First of all, we got the super thick cop who says she needs some D. Then you have the young lady
What
Britney
you got?
Scott out there doing whatever she's doing out there. It's a damn mess. Then we
That's
have
fine.
Trick Daddy giving all these reasons why men are cheating. Drum roll, please. It's the second lady. I wanted to give it to the cop. She had every reason why she could get it, but technically she's not as bad as Britney Scott. Britney Scott, your hairline is like mine. And you out here drugging people. And you're on probation doing it again. And your ass is just dusty, musty, and crusty. Don't make
I
it.
probably should let that go. I really need to crack that.
Underneath the jail because you're hitting people in the head for stuff. You're doing too much. You're just down bad. And you're looking like you're breastfed.
Yo,
That's my
no way. Alright, what else you got? What else you got, brother?
I gotta get up out of here. Unfortunately, unlike you, I got a job to do. So, subscribe to the bell.
Alright.
Where?
That's brother O'Shea Duke Jackson. Y'all make sure y'all go check him out. Let's see what else is up here today. Cause
Joining us now.
oh, Paul Joseph Watson. Interesting guy. Let's see what he has to say.
Piccadilly Gardens, Manchester now. Then. Now.
Okay. So this is what we're talking about.
Now. Then. Now.
These girls are only 13. They've been sitting in the garden waiting for a bus to come, and they've been approached 20 times already by all these animals. Is that right?
Then. Now.
I've seen what you've been doing with the girls, dude. You think scaring girls is a joke?
Then.
Wow. This is insane. This is absolutely insane.
In Manchester, we welcome our diversity.
So is that an immigration tag? Yeah, it's all there. So Abdul's got an immigration tag.
Although, to be fair, 200 years ago, the very same location stood Manchester Royal Lunatic Asylum, so maybe not much has changed after all.
Uh-oh, she's got a glass ball.
This is you know, it's people are being allowed to get away with just so much insanity. It's just gosh. Well, I'm not there.
A glass ball, man.
I mean, even here too.
A lot of people say multiculturalism doesn't work, but who could argue against Manchester's diverse Piccadilly Gardens drug scene as a thriving example of community cohesion?
Oh.
Don't take pictures. It's my job, bro. It's just my job.
Okay, this is just insanity. All right, yeah, yeah.
On the other hand,
All right, only for a little bit more
it is.
because this is insane.
A long distance finger he's giving me. This is what happens when there's no police.
But the police can't do anything. What can the police do? To be honest, the police arms are tied behind their back. The police are being told to go arrest people for tweets instead of actually doing their job and being on the ground and preventing some of these things. Nope, they want to arrest people for tweets, mean tweets. Oh God. Anyway, where were we? Not there. Here. Oh wait, what happened? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Oh no, we're back. Okay, we're back. It's gonna play in the background. Alright, let's go see what else we can do with this. So let me actually go over this deck again.
So plagued by illegal drug use, you can literally get
So yeah, I think I got I got a framework from Amy the Amazonian. Y'all go check her out. She's pretty awesome. And so what I did was I pretty much just edited a few things that I wanted in and things that I didn't want in. Just a few cards in and out. But this is her base list. I wanted to build this commander, and I didn't want to sit there and build the entire thing from scratch. So I took some of her the framework of hers and I added a little bit more of the +1/+1 counters. Right? I wanted a bit more of the theme, but with the all will be one. And these are just some creatures that I wanted to play. I might end up cutting and switching out a few of these for others because I like switching out the creatures, like the heavy hitters, the finishers. I like switching them out. Like I like this one here because it's gonna get you something, and 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be a big hitter, something good. Hopefully, I guess. Well, sometimes you get nothing good, but more counters, and this card is insane. Monstrous Vortex is just absolutely insane. We have about 21 creatures we checked earlier that do that have CMC power 5 greater. So 4 power greater than 4. So here we go. These are all the ones we have power greater than 4. There is one that I'm looking at that I think I want to put in there again, which is hold on. You need to shh. All right, so where we are here, it is the dragon. I think it's a 6-drop. I can't remember the name of it. No, it's not it. I can't remember the name of it. Whenever it deals damage to it. Oh, here we go. Balefire Dragon. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, it deals that much damage to each creature that player controls. See, something like this is what I'm looking at now. I do want to have some dragons in here. It's just big dragons that burn you. I like the idea of that. I do have Miriam. We can go a bit heavier on the dragons. I like Golta for the 2, but honestly, I would like to switch it out. I mean, Golta and turn 2, no, turn 3 probably. I mean, it's not built to do that, but it can do that. Yeah, I could see it happening. But that's an off chance. What I really want is I want that Balefire Dragon. Just force them to have a kill spell. I really should not be doing this. Why am I adding these cards? It's okay. So here's the thing. The problem with this is they're very mana intensive, right? 2 mana intensive. Balefire Dragon, that's double red in Italia. I have to make a choice here, right? This has to connect. Okay, on an empty board, how good is this card, right? So on an empty board, I drop it, and then I pass turn to my opponent. My opponent kills it, comes back to me. That's the worst case scenario, which is more likely to happen on Arena than not. But the top of this is what? I swing in, I do 6 damage to my opponent and 6 damage to each of my opponent's creatures. Cool. Take out a lot of things. Versus here. Remove a spell when I need it. Boom. It takes out one thing. I'm discarding it and then take out one thing. And then when I do cast it on an empty board, I get this and something else. Right? So my opponent will have to kill 2 things. as opposed to 1. Right? And downside is what? My opponent doesn't have a creature. Maybe they have a planeswalker. It has more upsides than not. If I was more heavily on the haste and trying to really get them out there, I have how many haste enablers? Let's see. Pretty much just the 1. Well, 2. Well, the Team Ascendancy, obviously, which is so beautiful. Anyway, let's go back to this. Let's not get carried away. Sidetrack. This is a pet card that I want to play for the SNGs, just because I love it and I want to see the misery. I mean, I have to feel it sometimes too, so I would like to see it, the despair, though. Oh my god. Now, what I want to do is, I think, here, I'm trying to, there's a lot of green, so that's good. Reply styles, and if I go here, okay, let's see, if I turn back the hands of time, and my darling, you still be mine. So what are we doing here? We need to cut. This suffers the same argument in that it has to hit. And then when he hits, put X1 counter on each of up to 2 target creature with X as a result. Could be good, but Balefire Dragon has a much higher ceiling in my opinion, because if it hits, it's gonna board wipe them. And if it hits, it's gonna pump something up, either itself or Ishka. And that's what I actually want to do. I want to see the interaction when this hits. Ishka gets that. Too much. Too cute. I mean, I just want to do it. I'll have to take this out though. But then again, it suffers the same argument with Balefire Dragon. This is a removal, and when you play it on an empty board, you're gonna get 2 things. This is not a removal, costs a bit more. Oh no, they cost the same actually. Same exact argument, right? Yes. No, Balefire Dragon was 7. So. No, it was argument. Yeah, 7. So we have 7 here, 7 here. Both of them are 7 mana. This one, an empty board, it comes down and sits and waits around to be, killed. Right? If you get it back, you swing. That's a 7. You buff 1 thing up. Right? Cool. Then what? Damage already dealt. So, it doesn't even compete with Galta. Trample can come down way earlier than it's supposed to. It does have the synergy going with the commander, right? It synergizes well with the commander. However, it's just on Arena. If we're playing multiplayer, oh yes, I would put this in there. If we're playing multiplayer, it's like you have a higher chance of it actually sticking around. But when you're playing on Arena and you're playing 1-on-1, Jesus, I just to see it do it once. But I don't have extra combat steps then to come back again, because I still have to wait, and I still have to wait an extra turn for their. Oh no. 7 mana. I have too many big drops, and it doesn't do enough. Everything else in here does something. the turn it comes in. Hey, where is... Here it is. Okay. Everything does something the turn it comes in. Doing this one. Everything does something the turn it comes in. Except for the commander now. This can just be cast earlier. Way ahead of curve. Doesn't do anything when it comes in, but whoo la la. Yeah, I get it. That's a knock against it, but let's see. Again, the War 2. It's a big beefy dude. Okay, you cast this after you cast your commander, and then smack somebody in the face and draw a card. It's just beautiful. Okay. Let's see. Nope, not enough. The Cascade. The possibility to hit 2 things. I like Cascade. I want this to be a Cascade deck if I could just... Like, I would really like to build a Cascade deck as my Maelstrom Wanderer deck from okay. Let's see. It doesn't do anything, but I'm putting it in because I want to. So I don't like this at all. Alright, let's try without it. I know. But let's try without it. We can always put it back in. I want the Cascade. I want the Cascade is what I want. Oh. We don't have any graveyard removal. That's bad. We need graveyard removal. Can we race them? Let's try it. Ooh. I'm with it. I'm with it. This one's better. Reason being, we can play our commander, play this, and still have 3 mana up to cast this. If it survives. Let's not forget that part. That's a very important part of it. If it survives. If it survives. Which I don't see happening. I could be pleasantly surprised. But then they might be... Ooh, it survived. Uh-oh. Ooh, something else to worry about. Okay, so I think we do this now here. Cast our commander. Then we go in for this. At least we were forcing their hand. And I think I want to do this. Let's see what happens here. Force their hand, yeah. We're okay. We got this and this. I probably should hold this up for when shit go wrong. Commander dead. Okay. Okay. That's good. We got something out of it still, though. Nice. Leaves this open. Okay. Alright, that's fine. We left that open. Good. We ramp here. Who are we ramping with, though? Alright, we'll get this out. Your commander's out. You're not going to do anything stupid. Nice. Then we can... Oh, God. That was insane. That was absolutely in-freaking-sane. And we still have this to rebuild, and this to go back again. And we still have this here. And here to bring back our lands from the graveyard. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay, fine. Are you going to attack? Why would you attack? Okay. GG's, I guess. Alright, well, let's GG's it with this guy. Game over. Yeah, I know I kept the I kept this in my hand a lot, but that's because I really wanted to hold on to it, because that haste and the cascade can really get me going and, you know, keep my opponent on the back foot. That's why I kept it in the hand and then play it. This would kill my opponent in case they had anything. I don't think they had anything at all, but I really wanted to keep this. And yeah, that was game either way. Heck, we could have done it with this, actually. That would have been better. Yeah, this would have been better. Anyway, let's see. Alright, what's next? Where were we with this report over here?
I've got your coming and dumping it. I will report you to the council for flight tipping. You're a business. No, sorry, me, mate.
What you don't have that shit all fucking out?
While a shithole can be defined by a plethora of different benchmarks, its purest definition is surely a place which is a literal dumping ground for everyone's crap. Welcome to Manchester.
This is crazy. No lie, it looked like my neighborhood, my district, until I did the clean up the neighborhood thing, or we went out there and cleaned up the neighborhood, because they never came out to clean up the neighborhood. The neighborhood was just filthy and dirty until I put together the clean up the neighborhood, and the weekend that we came out for the clean up the neighborhood, which I'm going to put up the pictures and videos. The weekend we did the clean up the neighborhood, they came out and they brought a whole team, Department of Labor, Sanitation, came out and they brought a whole team out there a couple of hours before our event started, before we started the cleanup when people got there, which is something they've never done before. In addition to that, they also brought out landscapers. Yeah, I'm saying landscapers in the PJs, which is insane, right? They have landscapers coming. They brought out landscapers. They brought out the people to clean up the staircases, which was always just filled with trash until I came up with a clean up the neighborhood thing. So we did it last weekend. We're gonna try we got another one coming up next weekend too. We're gonna put up some more information on that later. But here we go. So that's what's going on in the background. Yeah. I do not want to see this. This is insane. This is, oh God, just, ugh. All right.
Much to brag about when you have a larger overall per capita crime rate than London. Violence, stalking, harassment and sexual offences all being higher. In Manchester, knife-carrying crimes are 6 times higher than they were just a decade ago.
Alright, I'm going to take the hit here, and I'm going to keep this. Alright.
People living in Manchester was
it's a little bit, just a tad bit slow, but still on point. So,
the safety of the shopping mall,
take this, play 2 Live, play this.
Running riot.
Alright, I can go. Alright. This better go, but. Okay.
I've been in just under 6 years now, and I'd say the last 2 years, people are just.
Oh,
they just
okay.
don't know anymore, they're using it.
Alright,
I remember
I
when
see.
I was, a teenager, you never even heard of anyone carrying a knife, and now it's like the normal thing to do. It's mad.
What used to be proud industrial cities are now dystopian theme parks of lawlessness, addiction and cultural fragmentation, where no one feels at home and no one's in charge.
So what is the Our Manchester strategy? Well, it's the future.
There's still Anger of the Gods, or Brotherhood's End. Okay. I'm gonna play that thing now.
It's the future.
Don't let any of this put you off though, because Manchester's apparently the second friendliest city in the world. Definitely friendly towards the alphabet people.
Manchester home to one of the biggest and best prides in Europe.
If flags represent
Nice.
occupation of territory, the year-round occupation of Manchester is clearly here, there, and everywhere.
Check out the Globo Homo art. Stop the claws. 2 female signs. LGTV 4K plus rights are human rights. Smash oppression. They all look like spiteful mutants. And then you've got someone with extremely hairy legs They, them, she, her, ze, them, he, him. What are my pronouns? A history of drag. And everyone's favorite, we've got happy days, happy gays, happy theys.
Manchester's so friendly for the gays, there's a special place where they can all safely meet.
It is an offence for any person to engage in public acts of lewd, obscene or sexual behaviour. Anyone found committing any such act shall be arrested.
Can I just ask, why would you gentlemen hang out down here when it smells of piss?
Alright. You do know there's a sign down there, don't you?
What the fuck were you guys just doing? With your pants down? Were you guys engaged in a sexual act? That was fucking disgusting and in public.
Look at this.
This is insane.
Johnny's all over the gas. It fucking stinks.
Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Let's surveil and see what we get. Alright, do we die here or do we win? What was it saying?
Be careful if you're trying to crash the party though.
Can I just ask
Hold
guys,
on.
why are you all hanging out down here?
What the?
What's the story here?
Alright, we win.
Don't flatter yourself.
We win the game here. I mean, they can do some good damage. Okay. What are they doing? What are they doing? They're going off here. Do you got it? Anything to double their power? Give them trample? Oh, that's crazy. So good. So good. Such a good card. Ooh. It's just so good. It enters, it gains you 3 life, it draws you a card. When it dies, it replaces itself. And the copy, the token, is literally it's an exact replica of itself. Without the ability to replicate itself. Well, yeah. But and this guy paid off, didn't he? Well, they weren't scared of it because it was a bigger one, so I mean it was a smaller one. And either way. Yeah, I'll do it. Anyway, let's move on to the next game. I think this is one final game. Alrighty. Let's see what we got. Come on. Alright, what were they talking about? Let's get back to this crap.
This is a public path. I'm taking photos of the canals. We all know why you're here. We all know why you're here. Because fucking families come down here, you fucking pervert. Why don't you do this at home? Because it's a public path and it's illegal. That's why I'm bothered, you fucking weirdo.
This is crazy. What do you mean, why is he so bothered? Ugh. This is insane.
Become very unwelcoming in a hurry.
Got to do fucking strikes, guys. Come on, big man. Go like fucking hard. Start fucking threatening me with a fucking knife.
Why ask all these questions? It's a bit offensive, really. Well, it's a good it's not fine. Now you get your head kicked in.
We'll try to get you arrested on hate crimes charges for expressing discomfort at witnessing public fornication.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cottager says he will phone the police. What are you going to report? That I caught you engaged in lewd acts in public? Of course I am.
This looks like a this is like a combo deck.
You're disgusting. I caught two men having sex in public. My behavior is disgusting. I'm horrified and shocked. I hope the police do speak to you, because being shocked by a lewd act in public is perfectly reasonable. Yeah, they were two men having sex in public and I was shocked. I'm here, sir. Can I refer you to this sign? Whoa! Don't try and grab my camera. Don't try. Can I refer you to this sign? It's illegal. You dirty, violent scumbag. People should not be having sex in public.
You should not be calling people derogatory comments
Oh,
in Manchester.
Nothing I said was about homosexuality at all. Nothing.
We have here. Oh boy.
Tell them my name's Charlie Beach. My name is Charlie Beach. Tell the police my name is Charlie Beach.
The public was witnessing so many lewd acts on this canal path. The council and the police tried to gate it off entirely. That was 10 years ago, but campaigners successfully lobbied to keep it open. And for the alphabet people, it remains a vibrant, special meeting place. You can't stop progress.
Let's have it right. That's filth.
Manchester City Council is making the message #refugees welcome a reality in practical ways. Practical ways like repurposing entire streets as illegal migrant tent city favelas.
Well, as you can see here, the tourists are out today. There's literally a tram stop just next to me. So the first thing you see as you get off the tram, you're going to see this tent camp just here. There's a few lads just in front of me. I'm going to see if we can chat to them. Hey guys, hello. Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it?
Don't record that. Don't record. Don't record. Don't record. Turn off this camera. Don't record. Don't record to me. Yeah, this is not public air. This is my case, okay? Yeah, this is not public air. This is my case.
He did that, right?
Huh?
He did that shit.
Yeah, shut up, bro.
Don't record to me. Don't record to me.
Shut up, bro.
Don't record.
I'm not recording you, bro.
Don't record. Don't record. So here we go again with the migrant sense. We just moved us from round the corner to here.
Manchester's native homeless don't always get the warmest welcome from their new neighbours.
Well, you don't know it. That was random.
Local authorities responded to the 2017 Manchester Arena bombing, carried out by a refugee from Libya who wasn't stopped because Showsec security feared they'd be called racist by committing to a 10-year plan to make Manchester a city of sanctuary for refugees. And the people sang Don't Look Back in anger. As part of a controlled spontaneity gaslighting operation overseen by the UK government. Venture a bit further afield to the Manchester sinkholes of Rochdale, Bolton and Oldham, where hope goes to perish. Once proud beacons of the Industrial Revolution, now more synonymous with general decay and grooming gangs. Dying high streets where the only thriving businesses are pawnbrokers and gambling shops.
So they come out, the main drag from the station, greeted by home bargains, Across the road, you've got casino, slots, gaming, fruit machines. Then you've got, across there, Paddy Power, some more gaming, fruit machines. How to harvest the last bits of hope and money from the desperate poor, gambling addicted. And you say, okay, two betting shops. That's enough. Surely not, no more. Oh, Ladbrokes, look at that. Spend some more money, poor people. Come on, stay a peasant. Spend it all. Hold on, surely that'll be enough. They're not going to put more. Oh, Betfred. Fantastic. More gambling. Lose it all. Look at that, another one. In case you weren't satisfied with the Admiral over there. Have another cheap-ass, shabby, peasant level gambling experience. Of course, Betfred. Gambling experience. Oh, I've run out of money. I better go burgle a house. Or the Americans would say burglarize a house. Where do I sell my stolen goods? Oh yeah, cash generator.
Manchester routinely ranks amongst the worst UK cities for mental health and loneliness, and as the people of Manchester become increasingly atomised, where they live inevitably follows suit. The diversity of Manchester's population is interminably increasing. The aesthetic diversity of its architecture definitely isn't. How many archetypal, ghastly globo homo glass and steel tower blocks are too many? Apparently there's still room for another, and another, and another. These shiny alien megastructures seemingly serving the primary purpose of allowing the wealthy to perch themselves far enough above the squalor for it to no longer be visible. Superficially they reflect hope and prosperity. Materially they're thankfully too high in the sky to mirror what's actually happening on the streets. Manchester was my absolute fave back in the day. The gaping chasm between rich and poor is palpable now. Spice zombies roaming Piccadilly, juxtaposed with the plastic-cladded sheen of spinning fields. As in virtually every other major UK city, once close-knit communities have been replaced. Manchester's drizzle-soaked, forgotten people huddle hopelessly in the shadows of the skyscrapers.
All across Manchester lights on the city snide view, the working classes sing the blues. Got no pub to meet, no mates to hate. It's all gone quiet on our estate. Got no church to pray, no sins to lay, no hope to hang, faces flat and bland. Traumas like that. Got no care homes, they've all been sold. No support to give to those with wrinkled lips, or those who showed us from heaven. All open plan, but no plans for aging. The library closed to close the books, the hopes that kept the kids like us dreaming. No benches to sit, no time to pass, encased in bulletproof glass. I'm afraid to speak, as it's all gone woke, and I choke on the words that confuse me.
The towers owned by foreign investors, the flats bought by overseas arrivals. After one such residential tower was built, 94% of the apartments were snapped up by foreigners. Morris's warning was way ahead of its time.
Oh, that was so beautiful. That was just so beautiful. So absolutely beautiful. I'm sorry, guys. I just got carried away with this. It was just oof. Oof. Yeah. I'm just saying, Monstrous Vortex. Oof. Apparently, it puts in work. Guy dying. And together with this, oh. Teamer Battle Crier. This just went so beautifully. Because, oh my God. Terror creature getting his N plus X. So, what do I have that has trample? This guy has trample, right? Yes. Double his power. Play this guy. Because he died. Yeah. Oh my God. Woo! God damn, that was a... Yeah, you took my stuff. I took your stuff too. How you like them apples? Don't like it, huh? Don't like it, huh? Yeah, and this is my stuff too. Yeah, is this mine or yours? Yeah, this is mine. This is mine. This is mine. Yep. See, because it would say right there, owner, right on top of it. Yep, that's mine. That was, okay, that's his. Yeah, that's his. Yeah, that's his commander. Yeah. I think the only thing of his I took was this. Extinction. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, God. And this went away. All right, let's see. I did say that was the last game, didn't I? I did. So I did say it was the last game. So thank you. We're done. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, you know, and we'll go from there. Oh, and if you guys were wondering what we were watching earlier, if you guys want to go finish watching it, I'll show it to you. This is it. This is what we're watching. It's Paul Joseph Watson. Manchester's so go take a look at it yourself. All right, finish it off. Thank you.